besoek om asseblief op te staan. Ladies and gentlemen, the academic procession will enter shortly. You are kindly requested to stand. Bomma le botate, molokoloko wa dirutegi o tla tsena mo nakong ye kopana. Le gopelwa go ema.
By the power vested in me, I hereby constitute this assembly as a legal congregation of the University of Pretoria. During this assembly, diplomas and degrees with all the associated rights and privileges will be awarded and conferred on the candidates whose names appear in the program. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we now request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievements of our students. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as Chancellor of the University of Pretoria, I extend a hearty word of welcome to you at this graduation ceremony. I wish to welcome in particular the Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Professor C. Diaga, the Deputy Director, Department of Enrollment and Student Administration, Dr. A.M. Machecha, chairpersons of schools, heads of departments, directors, and honorary professors and other lecturers and their spouses, supervisors and co-supervisors of external and external examiners of the doctorate students, the representative of the Student Representative Council who will present the SRC academic honorary colors, all persons to whom diplomas and degrees will be awarded and conferred this afternoon, all spouses, parents, and other parties, as well as dignitaries who we may not have seen. We welcome you all, and we're grateful that you have joined us this afternoon. I just want to extend my hearty congratulations to all the graduates. It is really my honor and privilege to congratulate all the graduates and their families today. We salute you for what you have achieved under very difficult circumstances, especially last year. We commend you for staying focused on your medium to long-term goals, appreciating that regardless of the difficulties in the short term, Your career prospects will depend on whether you have a university qualification or not. Realizing that whatever ambition you have, a university qualification will always be an advantage, not only in the employment context, but above all in equipping you with knowledge and competencies that will help you in making critical choices going forward. I also want to thank the deans and the faculty for responding creatively to the challenges of last year. I thank you in particular for harnessing technology and other innovations and utilizing them to provide appropriate and effective support to our students. Today, we celebrate the fruits of your efforts. I'll take this opportunity to just challenge the graduates, just to remind them that we have a bigger world out there, and we have to be mindful of major trends that are going to determine our opportunities as we go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in interesting times with great opportunities created by recent breakthroughs in science, technology, and internet. Ian Golding and Chris Kutana, in their book entitled Age of Discovery, compare the period we live in with the European Renaissance in the 15th century, when science and innovation flourished, and the invention of the printing press by Gutenberg in the 1450s made access to knowledge through printed books available to the general public. The difference between that period and now is that the flourishing of science and technology is not limited to Europe. The internet has made collaboration on a global scale possible and easy. Therefore, advances in science and technology in the 21st century are shared. They are developed through collaboration among scientists across the world, interacting on the internet. Therefore, there is no reason why a scientist, inventor, entrepreneur in South Africa or anywhere in Africa cannot participate in the global network and be co-creators of the innovations that have come to define the 21st century. As you graduate today, I challenge you to take full advantage of these unprecedented opportunities that are now available to us all. Use access to new ideas and innovations to empower yourself. Dream big and not only be a man or woman from a township or small town somewhere, but think of yourself as a citizen of the world. As already mentioned, one of the great benefits of the internet is that it facilitates sharing and collaboration. Kevin Kelly, in his book, The Inevitable, Understanding the 12 Technological Forces that will shape our future, highlights the potential for innovation and entrepreneurship that is being unleashed by the culture of collaboration of individuals and groups across countries. You are the generation of the screen. You should be comfortable using these tools to broaden your horizons. In my view, these developments should accelerate the closing of the gap in science and technology between the highly industrialized countries and the developing countries. The exciting thing is that the open access to information and sharing and collaboration in its development is not driven by governments, but by enthusiastic individuals and groups across countries, cultures, and religions. These developments offer unprecedented opportunities to the peoples of developing countries to leapfrog from the pre-industrialization stages to the 21st century. The opportunity is there for us to grab and not to allow the painful experiences of the past to paralyze our thinking. The past happened and is behind us. What we have now is 21st century and its opportunities and risk, of course. Let us do our best to respond to the opportunities confronting us. I believe that your education at the University of Pretoria has prepared you well to lead the charge. Go out and be bold and innovative. Once more, congratulations and best wishes. May we give a round of applause for our graduates. It is now my pleasure to request the Dean and supervisors to introduce to me the candidates present whose names appear on the program.
Mr. Chancellor, the Faculty of Health Sciences will today award postgraduate diplomas and degrees in 2 of the 4 schools, Healthcare Sciences and Dentistry. I would like to invite Mr. Sandile Makoba from Voice by Design to announce the names.
I greet you all. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Vice. Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the postgraduate diploma in vocational rehabilitation. Emily Bedingfield. Fatima Shunara. Neressa Govender. Luna Grayling. Lee Jup. Mantu Make. Ntwanano Mabasa. Tebogo Mabatemele. July Masango. Sekhofatso Mashamaite. Revival Mavuso. Candace Mayer. Mbali Mkwena. Buhle Meleofane. Angel Ndabambi. Mutanalo Ndwambi. Claudette Parkinson with distinction. Is it still? Telezi Letiwe. Jardine Peterson. Mashudu Remela. Nomalungelo, Sbiya. Nice. Amarisa Volker Ellis. My Chancellor, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree Bachelor of Occupational Therapy. Nhlanhla Baloyi. Maritza Bierker. Karishma Buala. Elizabeth Bosua. Elizabeth also gets the award for Otasa Upstaff Award for Best Research Project in the final year of occupational therapy. Zandri Blairfeld. Leandri Kutsia. Lane Condery. Leanne Cross. Inga Diaga. Bronwyn Dudley. Rita Duplessis. Jean-Ali Dupree. Salmari Dutoit. Telena Erva, who has a Success Maogi Award for Best Student Project in the Service Learning Fieldwork. Stephanie Fish. Diani Herholt. Nadine Jean. Jana Janssen van Rensburg. Deborah Jordan. Joanne Koerberg. Katharina Kokemoer. And Nicole Lowe, with distinction, and also Friends of the West Copies Prize for Best Student in Interpersonal Communication in the 3rd and 4th year of Occupational Therapy. All right, she also passes with a distinction and also gets the award for the Fauna de Toy Trophy for highest marks in the final year in occupational therapy. Also gets the Prof. W. Bodemer Trophy for the best student in the psychiatric field of occupational therapy for a final year student. The Enos Ramano Award for best student in a vocational rehabilitation field of occupational therapy. Potts Trophy for the highest marks with distinction in the psychiatric field of occupational therapy. Thank you. Khomotso Make. Dorette Malan. Lead Us Maposa. Mlulegi Mashinini. Mandy Mitchell. Divanya Mudli. Carla Mostert. Lungelo Ntuli. Gloria Peha. Johanna Ramaloko. Elsa Schaaf. Kaylin Schroeder, who also gets a distinction and the award for Clinical Emergencies trophies for the highest marks in the final year in the physical field of occupational therapy. Candace Smith, who also gets an award for a DeVet trophy for the highest marks obtained in the pediatric field of occupational therapy. Also, the Fonna Dutoy trophy for the highest marks in the final year in occupational therapy. Lara Sneyman. She also gets the award for the Otasa Upstaff Award for Best Research Project in the final year of occupational therapy. Renske Spies. Simona Swanepoel. Marie-Christine Swart. Belinda van der Merwe, who also gets the award for Northern Gauteng branch of occupational therapy for best student in all respects throughout the studies for the degree B occupational therapy. He also gets the award for Health Source Trust Award for best overall student during community fieldwork. NSTOP Award for best student in practice management. Thank you. Marlies van der Soos. Anya van Dijk, who also gets the Otasa Upstaff Award for Best Research Project in a final year of occupational therapy. Melissa van Ransburg. Marlene Foster. Nicole Foster. Layli Wilder, who passes with distinction. Okay. Bachelor of Dietetics, excuse me. Shani Cohen. Thank you. Alison Diasi. Maxine Diarujo. Monet DeVay, who also gets the award for Rocha Nova Nordisk Award for the highest marks obtained in Advanced Human Nutrition 411. Michelle Hawksworth. Deidre Huelsamen. Tasneem Jetam. Bianca Jonishkit, who also gets an award for the Tony's Food Service Award for Best Student in Food Service System Management 480. Tyler Clattenburn, who passes with distinction and also gets the award for Pediatric Nutrition Work Groups Prize for the Best Student in Medical Nutrition Therapy 411 and 480. She also gets the award for the ADSA and NSSA Special Award for Best Student during Internship Practice Training and the award for B. Braun Medical Award for Best Student in Medical Nutrition Therapy 480 and the Nina Nestle Award for Best Overall Academic Achievement. And lastly, the Abbott and Hilda Late Gun Award for the B Diabetic Student exhibiting Best Sustained Growth and Development. Laura Kloppenbroch. Lazy Mari Lampert. Claudia Martin, who also gets the award for Spot On International Award for Best Student in Advanced Human Nutrition 411. Sally Ann McMillan. Monique Meyer. Maphuti Maobelo. Khadija Mohedin. Joanne Moyus. Nina Muller. Lauren Murray. Leila Omar. Luisa Peskelidis. Angelica Pestas. Astrid Schroeder, who also gets the award for the ADSA and NSSA Special Award for Best Student during internship practice training, and also the award for the Abbott and Hilda Letterhan Award for the B Diabetic students exhibiting best sustained growth and development. Heidi Schroeder with distinction, and she also gets the award for Abbott and Hilda Lateran Award for the B Diabetic student exhibiting best sustained growth and development, and also the Adok Ingram Award for the B Diabetic students with the highest marks in research 310, 320, and 410. The Roche Novo Nordisk Award for the best student in practice management 461 and dietetics profession 411 and 480. The Unilever Award for the best student in community nutrition 411 and 480. The Nina Nestle Award for the best overall academic achievement. She also gets the award for the Frenus Kabi Tuakuning for the highest marks obtained in medical nutrition therapy 322, 411, and 480. And lastly, the Department Human Nutrition and Kellogg's Award for student leadership. Ross Stewart. Susanna Trudeau. Jenna Lee Yon. Helena van der Merwe. Siska van Locherenberg. Anzel van Rooyen. Walfre van Stalwijk. Bachelor of Radiography, sorry, my bad. Carmen Bomer, who also gets the award for Department of Radiography Prize for Best Student in the third year of study, the Department of Radiography Prize for Best Student in Radiographic Technique in the second year of study. Dominique Bonman. Thank you. Lelaine Briet. Totally Christ. Rieta Cornelius. Sorry, guys. Rona Furi. Stephanie Howell. Njabulo Kaba. Alet Kayembe. Ntetselelo Kumalo. Sunay Clopper. Tulsile Mapumulo. Themba Matevula. Ndluvuko mawuhai. Zime mazbuko. Tsepiso Mkwena. Bianca Muolo. Matome Motia. Vuyo Mtenjane, who gets the award for Department of Radiography Prize for the final year student who showed most academic progress during the 3 years of study. Dedicate Hohotona. Makoma Ramoshai, who also gets the award, the Saucer Prize for the student with best professional behavior in the 3rd year of study, and also the Anthem Prize for the student who performed the best in the patient care during the 3rd year for the degree B.Rad in diagnostics. Shabon Rida. Jacobeth Sibanyoni. Engafineta Spiak. Sureen Stevens. Karian Tennyson. Amina Valley. Mlungi Sizondo. Bachelor of Nursing Science, Education Administration. Lenneth Bailey. Lillian Baloyi. Snega Senkosi Chauke. Nirmala Changarloin with distinction. Mamulehi Shipu. Buhle buzile Dlomo. Shirley Dinzi. Faith Fengu. Nteganeng Kobiwa. Thank you. Teboho Johan with distinction. Katie Kayonga. Andrew Haka. Boitumelo Hanyaho. Malefela Hapola. Lizzie Koza. Gloria Kitsi. Tracy Kwenaite. Malunda Malandu. Promise Lesebe. Masamalayelo Lehodi. Teboho Lehong. Nongazio Madiba with distinction. Kanyisile Mahlaole. Malake Mahlachi. Margaret Maila. Matilda Maila. Mihloti Makubela. Peter Malate. Matsela Malebana. Figile Malulege. Mosima Mabalo. Mashao Christina Mapara. Paulina Mapotse. Rina Maroja. Mashupiane Masha. Kensani Masia. Morongwe Matebe. Lewahang Matiba. Mataba Mbodi with distinction. Busisiwe Mbonani. Mpendulo Mhlanga with distinction. Ntokozo Mtambo. Maletsatsi Modula. Tivalichi Maladze. Kanyane Mohali. Matsidiso Mohali. Mashange Makalapa. Ponzo Mukonyenane. Rebecca Mkwena. Julia Mola. Thank you. Sarah Molatedi. And Doris Molefe. Elizabeth Mopanga. Jane Moremi. Cynthia Mosimane. Mahobeleti Moswane. Mokhasheti Motupi. Itumeleng Motupa. Progress Moyo. Tandega Msibi. Morokane Mchilebe. Dora Mieni. Dorothy Napo. Tembegile Ngube. Mpudi Ndala. Nompumelelo Ndlovu. Rosina Ndumo. Olga Netengwe. Cecilia Nechanko. Gladys Ngobeni. Maruping Ngwantla. Saliwe Ngwenyama. Dimakatso Nkadimeng. Molake Nkadimeng. Malenga Nkoma. Lefa Nyonyane. Dimakatso Ntagatneng. Samaleni Pagula. Candace Pillay with distinction. Sizzy Ramoleta. Patrick Rangongo. Eufodia Ratsale. Neo Rodriguez. Cornelia Scott with distinction. Nontobego Sefago. Mayaki Sahote. Lassie Shabangu. Sbusiso Shabangu. Puti Tagwesi. Ramadimeja Tabeta. Chulufelo Teledi. Elizabeth Tename. Molebate Toba. Tishikwane Twala. Angelina Tlamama. Sana Toteti. Gloria Udenga with distinction. Caddy van der Linde with distinction. Mariska van Staden. The Bachelor of Physiotherapy. Alicia Bierker. Amy Bosch. Kaylee Brian, who also gets the award, the BSN Medical Prize for the Best Research Project in the final year for the degree B Physiotherapy. Chandra Bula. Kaylee Bula. Dano Kondradi. Verena Delu. Brittany Fadouk, David Giddings, Siobhan Hall, who also gets the award, the Van Sheikh Publishers Prize for the Best Research Project runner-up as the best project in the final year of study. Jaslyn Hamse, Bianca Hoped, who also gets the award for Sports Injuries Trophy for the Physiotherapy final year student with the best achievement in sports injuries. Anika Henning, Jean Lou Johnson, Jaharet Khatz, Martha Killian, Nikita Law, Julie Lee, who also gets the award, the Van Sheikh Publishers Prize for the Best Research Project runner-up as the best project in the final year of study. Marlene LaRue, Tsepiso Letloho, Larissa Lowe, Zandile Lukele, who also gets the BSN Medical Prize for the Best Research Project in the final year for the degree B Physiotherapy. Nomangezi Machola, Masegane Mangena, who also gets the Van Sheikh Publishers Prize for the Best Research Project runner-up as the best project in the final year of study. Excuse me. Samke Mkize. Micheline Mongantale. Katleho Moje. Nkosinathi Ngoveni. Janine Nhlapo. Roel Navenhout. Shonela Nogele. Aledzi Olivia. Anya Petersa with distinction and also gets the BSN Medical Prize for the Best Research Project in the final year for the degree B Physiotherapy. Kialeboja Ramela. Daniela Sols. Tsaunetsi Sebata. Maronodi Sabele. Ntabiseng Selechelo, who also gets the Van Sheikh Publishers Prize for the Best Research Project runner-up as best project in the final year of study. Laureen Smearden. Monique Smith. Johannes Stein. Shang Chen Su. Annaletta Swanepoel with distinction, and she also gets the Marius van Altelen Prize for the Best Student in the final year of study, also gets the Bafana Sihlali Prize for Outstanding Contribution to the Professional of Physiotherapy in the final year of study, the BSN Medical Prize for the Best Research Project in the final year for the degree Physiotherapy. Ilani Swanepoel, Melissa Simons, Liesel van Hulsigen, Regard van Zaten, Stephanie Forster, Layla Wagner, who also gets a distinction and the award for Rehab Works Prize for the best student in neurology and the final year of study, and the BSN Medical Prize for the best research project in a final year for the degree B Physiotherapy. She also gets the award for the I lost my place there. The Orthopedic and Manipulative Therapy Prize for the best student in Orthopedic Manipulative Therapy in the final year of study, the Van Schaik Publishers Prize for the best final year student in Physiotherapy Clinic Practice, Marais van Alselen Prize for the best student in a final year of study. Thank you, Leila. Okay. Bachelor of Nursing. Ritsije Alongwe. Mahalane Boshilo. Natalie Craig. Bridget Dlamini. Tamarine Frobus. Carla Huerder, who also gets the Department of Nursing Science Prize for Best Student in a final year of Nursing Science Theory. Thank you. Nomzamo Kamane. Patisa Joshana. Kochana. Hester Gray. Ewalda Grayling. Angelique Hetcher. Chanel Jafta. Gert Goetsier. Chantal Lloyd. Marilu Luba. Notando Mabuza. Tabile Mahlangu. Lebohang Makubela. Lorette Mokotla. Maputi Masoho. Bridget Mdaka. Lerato Muketsi. Christina Muhulatsi. Mary Moloro. Khoto Motemane, who gets the award, the Department of Nursing Science Prize for the best student in a final year of midwifery. Botsang Motswane. Matsidiso Mapele. Ntomgayise Msiza. Tholakele Nkomo. It's okay, thank you. Aboko Ntoe. Ronewa Nwandindima, Judy Pala, who gets the award Department of Nursing Science Prize for Best Student in the final year of Community Nursing Science, and she also gets the award for Department of Nursing Science Prize for Best Student in the final year of Psychiatric Nursing Science. Lesel Ann Pillay. Stephanie Pretorius. Satsopa Ramakhoyan. Sadia Rashid. Michelle Shane. Tembeli Lesbia. Henri Sims, and also gets the Department of Nursing Science Prize for Best Student in a final year in Nursing Science Practical Work. Helena Swanepoel. Bongani Tabete. Elizabeth van der Walt. Jana van der Weisthuizen. Frania van Onselen. Traveline van Stalwijk. Carla Fasahi. Ntokozo Zondo. Sanelsiwe Zwane. Thandiwe Nhlapho. Thembeka Sibiya. Bachelor of Radiography, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying that. It's the honors, and it's Bianca Slabet. Nuclear Medicine, Anya Kalaman. Radiation Therapy, just let me call you out, Clarine Buisen also gets the Elector Prize for Best Postgraduate Student in Radiation Therapy, the Elector Prize for the Best Over. Liesel Horn. Stanley Numeri. Master of Occupational Therapy. Roxanne Wetzel, with distinction. Masters of Dietetics, Botswana Shok. Cassandra Kutsidis. Chanel Retief. Nadia van Skalkwyk. Masters of Physiotherapy, Roselle Hoshantre. Master of Nursing Science in Clinical Field Study, Darlene Hans. Mabifile Mabala. Bini Malulege. Jacobet Motswane. Mofe Muntlenzelele, sorry. Dorothy Padi. Daphne Tlabela, Kapari Mashao, Dina Matlala, Mercy Ndaqi Saba, Liane van Roy with distinction, Petronella Fenta with distinction, Nursing Management, Michelle Bembe, Jeanette Majola, Masego Gloria, Patricia Moloi, Annalie Dutoit.
Mr. Chancellor, the supervisors will now introduce the doctoral candidates. These are all in the School of Healthcare Sciences.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Maria Elizabeth Cochran, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Philosophiae Doctor in Physiotherapy, with the thesis, The Effect of Raised Heel Stair Descent Exercises on Lower Limb Postural Control and Functional Ambulation in the Subacute Phase of Post-Stroke Recovery. This thesis was prepared under my supervision and with the co-supervision of Professor Benita Olivier. In her research, the promovenda studied the influence of raised heel stair descent exercises as part of a physiotherapy rehabilitation program on functional ambulation of post-stroke patients. In this single-blind cluster randomized controlled trial that was conducted in private and public rehabilitation centers, she demonstrated statistically significantly that patients are able to relearn more normal movement and muscle activation patterns when they use the raised heel stair descent exercise exercise. They could specifically step over obstacles, walking better with their eyes closed, do stair climbing, and also their walking speed was faster. They also had less energy expenditure. It also showed statistically significantly more symmetry between the movement patterns and the sequence of movement components between the affected and the non-affected leg, measured with a 2D electronic motion analysis system. The study was concluded that raised heel stair descent exercises are more beneficial than regular stair descent exercises in improving functional ambulation during in-hospital rehabilitation, as well as 3 months and 6 months after rehabilitation has been terminated. Mr. Chancellor, I request to you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctoral of Philosophy on Maria Elizabeth Cochrane with all associated rights and privileges. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Celia Fulmalter, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctorate of Philosophy with the thesis titled Transforming Forensic Care in Level 1 Emergency Departments in Gauteng through Emancipatory Practice Development, prepared under my supervision and with Professor Ronald Ferreira as co-supervisor. The aim of the thesis was to facilitate an emancipatory practice development process with the intention of transforming forensic care in Level 1 emergency departments in Gauteng. The collaborative nature of the study increased the awareness of healthcare providers regarding the forensic patients in their care and triggered changes in their practice, such as evidence collection and building up of networks with police and other victim support services. Furthermore, a framework depicting the forensic roles and responsibilities of healthcare providers was developed to guide practices and further research. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Cecilia Jacoba Filmata with all associated rights and privileges.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Tinyuku Ineth Nkwashu, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy with thesis, creating a model of convergence and engagement between African indigenous health and biomedical system regarding tuberculosis treatment, prepared under the supervision of Professor Mulahutsi and Professor Masoga as co-supervisor. The study explored and described the relationship between the biomedical health practitioners and traditional health practitioners and to patients with TB. A qualitative, exploratory and descriptive research method was used to collect data from the biomedical health and African indigenous practitioners regarding convergence and engagement on TB treatment in Mpumalanga province. The study revealed contradictory perceptions of disease, illness and wellness, and treatment of TB among the two health systems. In this thesis, a model of convergence and engagement between biomedical health and African indigenous health practitioners regarding TB treatment was developed to promote collaboration between them. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Tinyuko Eneth Ngwachu with all associated rights and privileges.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Jonathan Ni Aye Koti, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Philosophiae Doctor in Physiotherapy, with a thesis titled A Teaching Strategy to Facilitate Self-Directed Learning Among 3rd and 4th Year Physiotherapy Students at the University of Ghana, prepared under my supervision and with Dr. Glynis Pickworth as co-supervisor. In his study, the promovendus developed and implemented 2 modules based on a guided constructivist teaching strategy to facilitate student self-directed learning within a teacher-centered learning environment. The modules were implemented in a cyclical sequential mixed method study design performed within a pragmatic research paradigm. The promovendus used the self-directed learning scale, approaches to study skills inventory for students, the Dundee Ready Education Environment Measure, and the course evaluation questionnaire before and after the implementation of the modules. Individual interviews were conducted with a group of students after the presentation of the modules. The results showed that the guided constructivist teaching approach within a teacher-centered learning environment did not have statistically significant effect on the students' self-directed learning readiness. Students were, however, able to adapt their learning approaches to mainly a deep or a strategic learning approach. They experienced the learning environment more positive than negative, and also scored the quality or their satisfaction with the course as good or very good. The comments during the interviews reflected that the students were indeed became self-directed learners and also made suggestions for further enhancement of the teaching approach. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Jonathan Ni A. Koti with all associated rights and privileges.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Mersha Telly, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis titled A Wellness Program to Prevent and Manage Compassion Fatigue Amongst Nurses Working in an Antiretroviral Clinic in a Public Tertiary Hospital, prepared under my supervision and with Professor Nelke van Wyk as co-supervisor. She developed a wellness program based on the findings of the study with the aim of enhancing the nurse's ability to overcome work environmental factors contributing to the development of compassion fatigue, lessening the negative effect of the cost of caring for patients who are HIV positive, raising awareness on the manifestation of compassion fatigue to enhance early identification thereof, establishing the necessary managerial support for nurses, and promoting strategies for individual nurses to prevent and manage compassion fatigue. Mr. Chancellor, I request to you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Marcia Jane Telly with all associated rights and privileges. Congratulations.
Mr. Chancellor, I introduce to you Angeline van Wijngaarden, who has complied with the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy with a thesis titled Educational Practices for Promoting Student Nurses' Clinical Reasoning Skills, prepared under my supervision and with Dr. Isabel Coetzee as co-supervisor. The main aim of the research was to facilitate a process of change towards improving educational practices to promote the development of undergraduate nurses' clinical reasoning skills. She used action research to conduct the study, and the challenges encountered by the nurse educators were explored and an action plan co-constructed to improve educational practices at the selected nursing college. Implementation of the action plan contributed to the professional development of the nurse educators and resulted in the utilization of more student-centered teaching strategies. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on the candidate.
I hereby confer the degree Doctor of Philosophy on Angeline van Wijngaarden with all associated rights and privileges.
Yes.
whose names appear in the program.
Mr. Chancellor, the following candidates have complied with all the requirements for the degree in dentistry. Kone Bezenhout, Natalie Constantines with distinction, Aresta Kamfer with distinction, Terence Kelly, Natasha Predin Jurech with distinction, Danielle van der Kerk Rousseau, Nicole Tabranche for the forensic odontology, Leanne Sykes, for the implantology, Eurishan Chetty, Carl Frick, last Hamandisha, Lovemore Mahachi, Danielle Marias, Ngoni Mashumba, Paramava Sivan Nay, Criswell Sixpence with distinction, Regard van Huisten with distinction, Christian Victor with distinction, Martinez Sheepers for oral surgery, Van Hendrik Kutsia, orthodontics, Margaret Lutsky, Bachelor of Oral Hygiene, Vildia Silius, Elzana Engelbrecht, Boitumelo Kuapeti, Chantal Koum, who also gets the Orthodontics Prize for the best performance in orthodontics, best presentation in oral hygiene prize for best presentation in topics in oral hygiene, first prize. Radiography Theory Prize for the best performance in radiography theory. Tuarelo Mohosi, Alexa Lisa Nerder, Hey Mari Nell, who also gets the award for Preventive Dentistry Prize for the best performance in preventive dentistry as part of odontology, the Clinical Hygiene Prize for the best performance in clinical oral hygiene. Yeshri Pillay, Erisha Ross, who gets the award for Best Oral Presentation and Oral Hygiene Prize for Best Presentations on Topics in Oral Hygiene. That's the third prize. And the Periodontic Prize for the Best Performance in Periodontics. The Comprehensive Patient Management Prize for the Best Performance in Comprehensive Patient Management. Elizabeth Sebela, who gets the Oral Hygiene Prize for Best Overall Performance during the course, the Oral Hygienist Association of South Africa Prize for the Best Performance during the final year of study. She also gets the award for the Radiography Practical Prize for the Best Performance in Radiography, which is practical. Epidemiology and Public Oral Health Prize for the Best Performance in Epidemiology and Public Oral Health. Elizabeth Smith. Martinette Stradum gets the Best Oral Presentation in Oral Hygiene Prize for Best Presentations on Topics in Oral Hygiene. That's the second prize. Bachelor of Dental Surgery. Mawewawa Amaoko. Leonie Bernard. Stacy Bartchunski. Imogen Bauker. Lawrence Brandt. Roxanne Kalser gets the South African Dental Association Leadership for conspicuous leadership qualities and character and sportsmanship. Thank you. Franco Kutsia. Jan Kutsia. Leander Kutsia. Amandi Cronier. Noglunga Dladla. Andrea Hager with distinction. Andrea Hager with distinction gets Best Performance in Final Year Prize for the Best Performance in the Final Year of Study. The Clinical Fixed Postrophotic Prize for the Best Performance in Clinical Fixed Postrophotics. Gold medal for the South African Dental Association. The gold medal is awarded to a student for exceptional achievement in his or her academic year, the highest undergraduate award in the School of Dentistry. She also gets the Periodontics Prize for Best Performance in Periodontics, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Prosthodontics, the Clinical Orthodontic Prize for the Best Performance in Clinical Orthodontics, and also the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Orthodontics, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Comprehensive Patients Management, and finally, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Orthodontics. Maliha Haji. Megan Ho. Amarai Janse van Vuren. Ki Kim. Oderile Korinji. Laura Klein. Judy Koch. Berger Leroux with distinction gets the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Community as Patient, the Maxillofacial Pathology Prize for the Best Performance during the final year study in maxillofacial pathology, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the Best Performance in Orofacial Surgery, Orofacial Surgery Theory Prize for the Best Performance in theoretical aspects of orofacial surgery. Epidemiology and Public Oral Health Prize for the best performance in epidemiology for public oral health, and finally, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the best performance in maxillofacial pathology. Samantha Longho. Masagona Makado. Elana Marias. Ramokoka Mahlatse. Ahleli Mdluli. Unathi Mphonco. Saziso Mthembu. Alden Naidu. Elizabeth Nell. Mukhetwa Nechiombo. Nomsa Ngobeni. Nadine Utz-Hazen. Jared Poole. Anita Pauls. Divani Reddy. Yulihamge Rodriguez de Franca gets the Clinical Orofacial Surgery Prize for the best performance in clinical orofacial surgery, the Orofacial Surgery Co-Assistance Prize for the best performance during the co-assistance period of orofacial surgery, the Clinical Periodontics Prize for the best performance in clinical periodontics. Thank you. Danielle Rousseau gets the Clinical Removable Prosthodontics Prize for the best performance in clinical removable prosthodontics, the bronze medal of the South African Dental Association for the best performance in periodontology. The Endodontics Prize for the best performance in endodontics. Luzette Schutter. Jean Schwartz. Puti Sesana. Sabiha Shabodin. Stephanie Steenkamp gets the Dental Materials Prize for Best Performance in Dental Materials. Alita Stein. Meitili Swaminathan. Steve Swanepoel. Carmen Tolle. Charlie Topé. Tessa van der Merwe. Angela Yang gets the Bohinga Ingham Prize for the best student in Block 16. Ketsokuhle Zibani. Masters of Dental Surgery in Orthodontics, Millicent Motsepe. Helena Swart.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attendance and for your patience this afternoon. I just want to congratulate once more all the graduates and to wish them well in their careers. Congratulate the Dean and the faculty for producing another great crop of graduates to go out and deliver services to our people. I thank the parents, the relatives, friends for their support and for joining us this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of the proceedings. Before we close, I wish to invite all present for refreshments afterwards in front of this building. You are requested to stand for the singing of the national anthem and to remain standing until the assembly has been dissolved and the academic procession has left the auditorium. Please stand. By the powers vested in me, I hereby dissolve this assembly of the University of Pretoria. Thank you very much.
You